everyone, Relitza here. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at what each zodiac sign can expect during the upcoming eclipse season. So you guys all know that we are currently in a big eclipse portal. I know we're all feeling this on a global level, particularly if we are living in North America, but these eclipses can also have a major effect personally. So in today's reading, I'm hoping to take a look at what is going on for each sign. Now, I do want you to remember that you should always look at your sun, your rising, and your moon sign, as well as if you are a cusp baby like I am, to make sure that you're looking at both signs. Like for me, I'm a Cancer Leo cusp, so I would take a look at both of those videos because some messages may resonate with you from different signs. So I just wanted to take a moment here to say that I really hope that everybody is doing well, and I feel very strongly like this is going to be a transformative time, and I am excited and nervous and feeling all kinds of things, as I'm sure all of you are feeling. So yeah, take a look at your sun, moon, and rising sign, and I would love to get to know you a little bit. So comment in the comments so I can say hi, and I will see you next video. Okay, we will see you there. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Geminis. Welcome to your reading. This is about your upcoming eclipse portal. I also have to add here, if it is your birthday in the month of June, happy birthday, Gemini. I hope you have a great year. So, eclipse portal. First thing it's going to bring up is some sort of a risk. So, Gemini, I think that this eclipse portal is really going to bring up something that you have been wanting to do. This is going to take a risk. It's going to take a leap of faith. There is something that you need divine guidance on, but you're not letting the divine help you, is what I'm getting here. And it might even be related to a partner. I am getting that here. Or a partnership. Like there is almost, these are two of my marriage markers. So this does feel like a pretty significant relationship. So you could be wanting to bring this relationship in to your life during this eclipse portal, or if you are with somebody, you could even be really wanting to know, is this person for me? Is this relationship ever going to move to the next level? There is that kind of underlying sense of like, when will this shift and when will this change? Gemini, there could be a Cancer woman around you, or just a water sign person. So that's Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. During this eclipse portal, that plays a really significant role for you. Or you could just be approaching this whole season in a very emotional way, Gemini. So this is not a very comfortable place for you to be in, but I am sensing that there is a need for you to go inside and explore your emotions, to really pay attention to your emotionality, especially if you are dealing with issues here in a partnership. Yeah, like it's like there's a big sense of a romantic partnership here coming for you, or if you're already in one, of it evolving to the next level, but you're really struggling with something about this partnership. It's almost like you're not quite ready to take a risk, even though you know you have to on the same level. So I feel like this eclipse season is really going to highlight partnerships for you. Envy. Wow. Okay, Gemini. During this eclipse portal, you might be faced with very, very strong emotions. You might have feelings of envy. You might have feelings of almost rage. I'm also getting here too, of just feeling like, how come this person has this when I can't get this? There is a strong sense of really looking at what other people's have and not really paying attention to your own stuff, Gemini. Because I feel like there is an area of your life where you're feeling like you're not fulfilled, or you're wondering, how can I push this thing to the next level, which could even be with a partnership. If you do have a partnership here, I am feeling like it feels very ordered. It feels very, not boring, but just kind of like everybody knows what they're supposed to be doing at all times in this partnership. And I almost get the sense like you want things to be shaking up a little bit. You're really wanting change. You're wanting evolution in a partnership here. And I think that you might almost be envying people who do have a more free-spirited approach to things. Because Gemini, I feel like you've gotten yourself into a place where you've been working really, really hard on something. Resourcefulness. So you're really taking a look at what it is that I need to do. What do I need to have completed next? Like, what is the big thing? And it's just kind of like taking all of the fun out of life. Again, we have sun sign here in Cancer. I was picking up a Cancer woman being very important for your eclipse portal season. So pay attention to that. Pay attention to the water sign people in your life. I feel like they're really going to be wanting something from you during this eclipse portal. But there's something you don't feel fulfilled about, and you kind of get envious when you see other people having that thing, is what I'm seeing here. It's like you want what others have, and that really bothers you that you can't have it. And Gemini, I think you might really be approaching and having some really intense feelings during this eclipse portal. Like, I am really picking that up. Something is really going to trigger some sort of emotion in you, and you could even want to take a risk in a specific direction. And I am feeling it does have to do with romance here. Or, like I said, if you're not in a partnership, on how you can really draw a partner to you. How can you really draw someone to you that you love? How can you create a different dynamic in a long-standing relationship, Gemini? These are the issues that you're going to be having to deal with during this eclipse portal. That's what I have for you. See you next time. Bye, gems. Hi, Aquarius. This will be your eclipse portal reading. I'm really excited because the first card I actually pulled for you was Hope. Now, this is a special card included in this deck, and it's a beautiful card. It does speak to what it is that card says, hope. I think, Aquarius, in this eclipse portal, you're really going to be looking at what is possible next. There is a real sense here of you activating your potent Aquarius energy and looking forward to the future. You're really imagining what a future can look like. What will the future look like for you? What will the future look like for the whole? I feel like you're really in your prime not Gemini, that's interesting, your prime Aquarius energy here, especially with inspiration. Like, there is just a lot of really far-reaching ideas that are going to come to you this month, Aquarius, during this portal, is what I'm getting here. And it actually almost feels pretty good. I think that you're really going to be having some high vibe feelings. Like, you're going to have moments where you feel really, really good. Or like you might even get futuristic flashes or ideas that you can activate to make your life better in the future. Like, this feels like a lot of really futuristic downloads are going to be coming to you with this eclipse portal. You're also looking back. You might be looking back at your past a little bit and really trying to examine what it is that you've done in the past to lead you to this place here. You could even be having really heavy feelings of nostalgia. Now, I know for Aquarius, that's not a really comfortable place to be in. You guys are a very futuristic-minded sign, but I think that there is a lesson from the past that will come up to repeat itself, or that you really need to integrate in order to prepare yourself for the future, and in order even to access these major downloads that the universe is trying to give you. You might even be really feeling a sense here of competition with other people with this eclipse portal. There might even be a sense of not having enough and a sense that you have to fight for what's rightfully yours. And now I know, Aquarius, that you know you are already capable of creating anything you want for yourself, but there is really a sense here of feeling like you don't have enough in some aspect, or even fighting with other people, or having to compete with them for something is coming up here quite a bit. And I want you to know that if that's the case, then you have to fight for what you feel is right. But I feel like there is going to be something as well here in this eclipse portal, something new that you're learning. You're learning a new creative venture. There's something you're wanting to channel your energy into that is really, really going to benefit you in a major way. You could even be dealing with a child here, a fire sign child. So we have Aries, Leo, or Sag. or you could be thinking or connecting with a childhood friend from your past who is one of those signs. A need to learn something creatively. It's like you're starting fresh in some kind of a creative venture, and this almost feels a little bit uncomfortable to you, but it's going to be fun. Overall, I do think your eclipse portal is going to be singed with a lot of happy feelings, a lot of happy downloads, and a lot of, most importantly, a lot of hope. There is going to be something that reminds you that there is going to be an end to all of this, that you are getting ready to be launched into a new cycle. And again, I would pay really close attention to the downloads you get, Aquarius, because I think you're going to be really realizing some big things that will really help you activate in a different way in the future. Like, there is a need to really expand your mind and allow new ideas to come to you. This is going to help you majorly. It's going to really propel you in a completely different direction if you allow yourself to really integrate those downloads. So that's what I have for you, Aquarius. See you next time. Bye. Hi Virgos, this is your eclipse reading for June and July 2020. Okay, so Virgos, right off the bat, I think that there is something you have been feeling passed up about. There is a sense here of not feeling good enough for something. This eclipse portal is really going to bring out feelings of inadequacy in you. So I really want you to be extra gentle with yourself, because there is a sense here of not feeling good enough. You could even be in competition with another person for something here, Virgos. I am feeling like kind of a heavy sort of month for you. I feel like there's going to be a lot of inner reflection, and I just want you to be extra gentle with your emotions as you process this eclipse portal. There could be someone that you are in competition with. There could even be a sense here of you needing to defend yourself against somebody. So somebody could, I am almost getting the feeling like someone could throw you under the bus for something. Do you know what I mean? It's like someone really points you out as doing something wrong and you kind of get thrown under the bus, or somebody is like points you out in some kind of a public setting, or you get blamed for something, essentially, Virgo, is what I'm seeing here. And I feel like you might even catch somebody here in a lie during this eclipse portal, and there is a big sense here of really working on maintaining your own vibrational set point, Virgo. I think that you're going to be in a very sensitive place this month, and like with all of these eclipse portals, I am really picking that up. There is a sense here to really make sure that you're trying to focus on the good things in your life, because I think that very easily it's like you get swept up in almost like drama this month is what it kind of feels like, and you are really going to be asked to negotiate in some way. And I think that there is a need here to be really stubborn, to really make sure that you're sticking to your true principles here, because I almost feel like somebody is going to ask you to undermine your integrity in some sort of way with this eclipse portal, Virgo. So it's very important that you are trying to make sure you're maintaining your own truth, and not really letting yourself be bullied or pushed around by anyone, Virgo. Because I do feel a sense here that you almost feel like a lot of people are against you during this eclipse portal, which may or may not be true, of course, but it's like it's your perception that creates your reality. I'd watch out, because I do think that somebody around you is lying to you, or you might catch somebody in a lie here. They could even be like a little white lie, but we know Virgos are they don't really like lies. So just be very mindful here. Just there's a big need to be gentle with yourself. There is also something with this eclipse portal, Virgo, that you are going to be working on learning. So there is something in your life that you are going to have to really step back and kind of start to learn again from the beginning. There is something you want to build, but you don't have all the answers yet. So you're kind of in this state of rebuilding, not rebuilding, kind of relearning You might even be learning something new, and this could be leading to feelings of inadequacy, or feelings of you feeling like you're not good enough to learn this thing, or to have this thing, or to be successful in this field. But just because you're learning something new during this eclipse portal, Virgo, doesn't mean that you're not worthy of success, right? It's like you're really being asked to learn something fresh from the get-go. Relationships are going to be a big part of this eclipse portal for you, Virgo. I would be really mindful of who you engage with. You might even have people from your past that might try to come back into your life. I am really, even somebody younger who's an earth sign, I am picking that up as well. But it's like you really have to ask yourself, is this person worthy of being let into my life? And if they have hurt you in the past in any way, I would just make sure that you're not really engaging with them, because there is a real big sense here of like the people around you not valuing who you are, or not valuing where you want to go. So they're really, it's like, I don't want to say manipulative, but it feels like not very good. It's like there's a lot of people in your life who you think might be there for the greater good, but they really might have other intentions towards you. So this is it's going to be kind of a tough eclipse portal, Virgo. I don't want to lie to you or anything. I am seeing a really big need here for reflection, for really questioning your emotions and questioning the intentions behind what other people are doing. But I think that reminding yourself that everything is temporary, and that, you know, not to get pulled into these really heavy, big, dramatic conversations or fights, I think will really help you come out of this eclipse portal in a really good state, Virgo. So that's what I have for you. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi Capricorns, this is your eclipse reading. I want to start off by saying, Caps, I think in the next eclipse portal, or this eclipse portal that's going to be happening, there is a big sense of water sign people being really important for that whole portal. That's Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Or Capricorns, you could just find yourself in a really heavy emotional energy. This does feel almost a little bit uncomfortable for you, but I think that there is a lot of things that your emotions are trying to show you these days. And without you kind of taking a step back and really allowing yourself to feel your emotions, I feel like you're going to be really overwhelmed by some of the feelings that you might have come up during this eclipse portal. I am feeling like there will be some sort of a lesson here that will be coming up from your past for you to reintegrate. So if there is a feeling or situation that you're feeling guilty about, this is going to come up in a major way with this eclipse portal. And it might almost surprise you. It could even be something that you did here with a water sign person of your past, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or even a Virgo, because we do have the Hermit card here. There is some kind of a lesson that's going to come up for reintegration, Capricorn. So this could be someone from your past, or this could just be an emotional lesson that you've integrated poorly in the past. So what happens is it will come back up again for you to deal with. This is going to come with a lot of really heavy feelings. So I need you, Capricorns, to be really gentle with yourself also during this eclipse period. There is some area of your life which you are considered an expert here. I am really thinking that you have been working on something for a while here, and it's going to come to a full head during this eclipse. So I don't know if this is a project or if you're just looking to kind of branch out in a different direction, but something really feels like it comes to a full kind of to fruition here. And I think it lends you a little bit of status, and it lends you a little bit of power. You might also be really thinking about power dynamics in past relationships. I am also sensing for you, Capricorns, that this eclipse season is going to bring a lot of different people into your life. Like, we have water signs, we have the King of Wands, who's a fire sign here. Like, there is just going to be a lot of people who are really going to be at you left, right, and center. Like, this is the most court cards I've pulled for any of these readings. So I feel like there's almost going to be a sense of being really busy with all of these people. It's like people are talking to you left, right, and center, and it's kind of hard for you to really pay attention to your own feelings. So you could even have moments during this eclipse portal where you pull back, where you pull back from them and you say, like, I need a break. Principle. Interesting. So there is something that you're really going to be thinking about. I think that there is, again, I keep getting this, some kind of a lesson from your past that you're really, really worried about, that you really think you're drudging up something from the past and you're thinking to yourself, I wish I would have done that differently. I wish I would have do this differently. And the energy is really heavy around that, Capricorn. So I do want you to take a break from really beating yourself up and kind of allow yourself to go through this. Allow yourself to go through the motions. And if the lesson comes up again for you to reintegrate, integrate it in a healthy way. But there is going to be a sense of really being pulled in different directions here from a lot of different people. So there is also a sense here like you will be needing to spend some time alone. And I think the more time you can kind of carve out to spend by yourself during this eclipse portal, the clearer it will be what it is that you need to integrate, Capricorn. So don't let people get in your way. Don't let people pull you away from what it is that you truly need to pick or to decide on. But yes, prepare yourself. Prepare, because I do feel like this is going to be quite an emotional period for you, and I don't think you guys are used to that. So there is a need to prepare yourself for that. Thank you for listening, Capricorn, and I will see you next reading. Bye. Hi, Taurus. This is your reading for the upcoming eclipse portal. So right off the bat, there is a sense here of fear about something that you have invested a lot of time and energy in. So there is a sense that there is something that you've been building on, and now you're really wondering and worrying, like, will this come to the fruition that I want it to be at? That is going to be a real big topic for you during this eclipse portal. It's really trying to think like, okay, have I invested my energy in the right place, and is it going to pay off for me? There is a sense here of being approached, of looking at these things from a place of fear. It's like you really worry about something not paying off for you. I do also want to note that these cards are both sevens, which is great because sevens are, of course, our spiritual numbers. So there might even be a heavy emphasis here on spirituality during this eclipse portal. We have here as well the Hermit. So I do feel like there will be a lot of inner reflection. You're going to be doing a lot of inner landscape work. There might even be an increase in meditation, an increase in journaling, an increase in just wanting to be alone. Because I do feel like there is a lot of worry, and the one way that you can really temper this during this eclipse portal is to spend time by yourself, is to spend time in quiet reflection. I also get the sense here like there will be people in your life during this eclipse portal that are going to want to pull you into dramatic situations. And this is like totally not going to be resonating with you. But I think that this is going to be a bit of a recurring theme where people are just trying to elicit these feelings from you of like, get involved with this drama, get involved with that drama. And you're going to really have to put your foot down and say like, I'm not interested in this right now. Because otherwise they're just going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing is what I get. So there is something, it's like almost this like do not engage feeling is what I'm getting here. It's like you see what's going on, but you want to just take a step back and protect your energy is what I'm getting here with these cards. There could also be a sense here, Virgo, of people gossiping about you behind your back. Now, I know that that's kind of annoying to hear, but it's like there is a sense of somebody sort of eyeing you. Somebody could be watching your social media, or somebody could be talking about you. And I think you've already sort of disengaged your energy from this person, which might be infuriating them to some extent, which is why they're talking about you. Page of Cups. So pay attention here to a younger water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. They could play a very prominent role during this eclipse season. Actually, we have a lot of Cancer energy because this card right here as well is Mercury in Cancer. So very, very interesting. I do feel like there will be a water sign that's really prominent for you during this eclipse portal. So watch out for that. Younger water sign is what I'm getting here. They could even look up to you for support or for help or guidance, but you could be almost in this state where you just don't have energy in you to help protect or guide them. I really think you're going to be taking a lot of really big steps during this eclipse portal to protect your own vibration, Taurus. It's like you're really focusing on like, how do I give to others from a state of love? How do I maintain this vibration of love? You're really going to be thinking about love in all of its different forms, this eclipse portal. And this eclipse portal might even bring up ways of loving in the past, like even people from the past that you've loved, or kind of how you need to evolve in your idea of love, how you need to let go of some of this drama, let go of some of these really intense feelings that you've had before. And even if what you have planted in that's not paying off is a romantic situation, just letting that go. Like, what is the point of stressing out over that, right? It's almost like you're going to be re-examining a lesson from your past and really treating yourself quite harshly, or reacting quite harshly to the way you reacted back then, which doesn't really make sense, Taurus. The best thing you can do for yourself during this eclipse portal is to really try to spend as much time by yourself as possible. Meditate if you can. Journal if you can. There is a need here for really a lot of reflection for you, Taurus. I think that that's going to be an incredibly important way for you to move past this eclipse portal unscathed. And be wary of people trying to pull you into their drama or into things that don't really have anything to do with you. Because I do have a sense here, like, and this could of course be that younger water sign person trying to come in here, but it's like you don't want to get involved in other people's battles. That's really the energy I'm getting here. So use your discernment is a big word for you during this whole eclipse portal, and really work extra hard on maintaining your own high vibration, your own vibration of love and kindness and sweetness. I think that will be incredibly beneficial to propelling you through this eclipse season in a really positive way. That's what I have for you today, Taurus. See you next time. Bye. Hello, all my beautiful Aries people. We are going to be taking a look at your eclipse reading. I want to start off with the King of Cups. Interesting energy for an Aries to pull this. This is definitely, this typically would represent a Cancer. So we have, a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. So I do feel like, Aries, for this eclipse portal, you are going to be dealing with a lot of feelings. Now, this is going to be kind of uncomfortable for you. I do see that here with the Six of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like this is not going to be a very comfortable position for you to be in, Aries, because you are used to kind of charging forward, and there is almost a sense of emotionality that is going to come and not slow you down, but definitely cause you to rethink a couple of things. We do have the Cancer card here, Chariot. So again, you could very well be dealing with a Cancer. We also do have the Lovers. So again, you could be dealing here with a Gemini. I do want to point out here that there is a sense of wanting to move ahead. There is a sense of wanting to charge ahead, as Aries typically do. But there is also an underlying emotional need here that does need to be looked at. And again, a Cancer could play very, very prominently within this eclipse season for you. I do need to say that as well. There is almost a sense here, Aries, like you have been out of balance. You have been out of balance here. There is something in your life that you need to rebalance here. And I am seeing that as well, because we have Peace here in reverse. So it just kind of feels like you're a little bit off kilter. I have to say that. And what will happen during this eclipse portal is, I feel like a lot of us, I'm getting this word swinging. So I do feel like you guys are going to be swinging back and forth between charging ahead and your emotions and stagnancy. Charging ahead and your emotions and stagnancy. So it's almost like a pendulum swinging for you, Aries. And I want you to take a step back and really examine those underlying emotions that are really stopping you from moving forward in a clear way, because there has been something here that is not peaceful for you anymore. Like, that's just the way it is. There is something for you that you know is not working for you anymore, and it's like you are getting ready to take those steps to address that, but you're not quite there yet. Like, these are in reverse, both of them. So I think that this eclipse portal is really going to bring up these underlying issues, these underlying things that need to be rebalanced in your life, because I think that you have been charging forward much to the detriment of yourself and other people, even though you know in your heart that something is not right. So only you will know what it is I'm talking about. But I do feel like there's almost a sense here of investing energy in the wrong place, of not paying attention to things like you need to, of not giving things enough of your attention, or of giving something too much of your attention. Status. Wow, look at that. Yeah, you could have almost put aside your own feelings or your own innate knowing about a subject matter in order to present, a specific status to the world. It's like you've compromised something of yourself in order to appear a specific way, Aries. And in this eclipse portal, this is really going to come up for you to deal with again. So I don't necessarily know what it is. It's not very clear on like what topic, but you will know what this is about, because there has been something that's been really bothering you here, and this eclipse season is going to give you a chance to really address it. I would be mindful of making choices out of the blue, which I know is kind of your thing, and making choices to appease others. I am also getting that here as well. It's really important that you approach this eclipse season with an underlying sense of emotionality, because I think if you don't, you're really going to make some mistakes. Will say that. I want you also to be very careful driving. I am getting that as well. Or moving around, like just a sense of you moving really quickly, trying to really create change. You have to make sure that you are going at a pace that you can sort of control, because otherwise I'm getting the sense like things will really rapidly spiral down for you. Just be cautious, okay? Just be cautious and approach things from a heart space. I am really thinking that there's something here you need to approach with some emotions here that you've kind of been avoiding. And this is going to be a big, big part of the eclipse season for you, Aries. So yeah, I hope that resonates with you, and I'll see you next video. Bye. Hi Libras, welcome to your eclipse reading. The first card I have for you here is the High Priestess. I also have the Star. So what I am really feeling like is this eclipse portal is really going to open up your intuitive faculties. You are really going to be experiencing some downloads, is what I call them, from the universe, which could come in the form of dreams. It could come in the form of meditations, or just like really strong intuitive hits. Your intuition is going to be absolutely off the chains with this eclipse portal. So I do want you to tap into that energy, because I feel like there has been something you've been stuck on. There has been something that you've been really worrying about. And what's going to happen for you, my fellow Libras, is that you are going to have some sort of intuitive hit come very, very strongly, which is going to answer a problem that you've been thinking about for quite some time. I really am feeling like that, because I think that there's been something that's been troubling you. Obviously, with this Nine of Swords, there's been something that's been really weighing heavily on your heart, weighing heavily on your mind. It could even be preventing you from sleeping. There could even be some sense here of insomnia. There is something you need to come to a realization on, and I'm telling you that inspiration is going to be coming. I am feeling here very, very heavy dream energy. So I highly suggest keeping a dream journal. I think that you are going to be getting a lot of messages in your dreams coming at rapid fire. So the more you can kind of write them and track them, the better. Libra, there could be something that you're really focusing on getting done. And I want to, excuse me, that's pepper from my bone broth. I really want to caution you against going in impulsively. I do think that there is something here you will get the inspiration to act on, but it's still really important that before you charge, you're making sure that you're doing things in a smart and organized fashion, because you really are ready to feel good. And you know what? I feel like you guys have not felt good for quite some time, and I don't know necessarily what this is about. It's not really telling me. But there is an aspect of your life that you've not been feeling good about. And this is totally going to shift with this eclipse season. If you honor your intuition and if you follow the kind of intuitive hits that you're getting. Influence. Wow. Yeah, you could almost be feeling quite sexual as well. I am picking that up. There could even be some sort of a secret affair started for some of you. I have to say that. That's not for all of you, but there could be some kind of a romantic connection you want to pursue that's not with your partner. I am picking that up here. Or somebody is going to come out of the woodwork here and really tempt you. And that could even be why I'm feeling this need for you to make sure that you're acting not out of a really impulsive way, but just make smart decisions for yourself, Libra. Because I do think that an opportunity might present itself to you during this eclipse portal that might almost not be the one that you need to be taking here, but it's obviously up to you to make that decision. You feel pretty stuck on it either way. So just be really mindful of your intuition, and if you need to take that time to meditate, meditate. Empathy. I'm open to seeing both sides of the situation. Libra, I do feel like this eclipse portal is really going to bring out some of your best attributes, which are that kind of empathetic heart, that empathetic spirit, that need to really make sure that everybody around you is taken care of, and that need to see things from both sides. But I also think that there is a pull here to action. There is a call to action on something. And this is really going to present itself in a major way for you during this eclipse portal. But you will know the right answer. You just have to make sure that when that right answer makes itself clear to you, that you're following your intuition, that you are doing things properly for yourself. If you don't follow your intuition, I feel like things are going to get very, very muddled for you. Libra, during this eclipse portal as well, I am picking up that it's very important for you to maintain a good sleeping structure, maintain a good sleeping pattern. I think that this is going to be really crucial for your health and for your success this eclipse season. Talk to you later. Bye. Hi Leos, this is your reading for the eclipse portal that we're currently in. Powerful, powerful stuff. So first card we have here is the Empress. Beautiful, beautiful energy. You're really starting off the month here feeling very attractive. You're feeling really in your feminine power. So again, gender doesn't matter. Just take this as it resonates, but feminine power will be activated in you. You might be attracting a lot of attention with this eclipse portal. You might even be thinking about how it is that you're presenting yourself to the world, Leo. It's like you're really taking a very close look at your image. And we know and we love our Leos for paying attention to their image. But I feel like this is really going to be highlighted in this eclipse portal. And I feel like people are going to be noticing you quite a bit, Leo. So please don't shy away from attention. I mean, it's Leo. I don't think you will, but I am feeling like a lot of people are really going to be looking at you in this eclipse portal. Like something about your energy is going to be very alluring, very nurturing. You're going to be pulling in a lot of people. You might almost be thinking about your mother or issues with motherhood, or even just kind of examining what it is that you're nurturing with this eclipse portal. There is a real need here to nurture yourself as well, because I feel like if you've not been turning that attention inwards towards yourself, this is going to be a much harder season for you than it needs to be. This eclipse portal will really bring up a lot of exhaustion unless you're taking that time to really lavish yourself with affection. Lavish yourself even here with things like bath. Listening to calming music is something else I'm getting here. Really even just like dating yourself almost. And this applies even if you're in a relationship. It's like taking that time to appreciate just how beautiful you are, just how wonderful you are, Leo. Like, I think that's really going to come up to the surface, where you're realizing that sometimes the appreciation you want from others is just not coming. And in that case, what you need to do here is turn that appreciation inwards. You might really be focusing on something artistic, or even, I'm getting here, like renovating your home, doing some kind of an art piece, buying new furniture. Like this, it feels like there's a big focus on aesthetics for you with this whole portal, Leo, which I think is really, really interesting. You're also trying to juggle a lot, is what I'm seeing here. So again, there is a sense of being very cautious to not overburden yourself, Leo. I think that that's a really, really important thing for you, because I am feeling like you're almost overburdening yourself with something here, and you're going to have to drop one of these pentacles is what I'm getting. So only you'll know what that is. That could be a work thing, could be a project, but there is a sense like you have been working really, really hard. With the Knight of Wands, again, this is a fire sign energy, which is perfect, Leo, Aries, or Sag. I feel like there is going to be a need and a want to propel yourself forward, but you're not going to be able to shake free and really give your energy where it needs to be unless you take a step back, unless you drop one of these pentacles. And I do think that one of the biggest things that this eclipse portal is going to bring up for you is feelings of purpose. Like, you're really going to be asking yourself, what is my purpose? Am I living my purpose? Am I doing a good job? So I think that anything that you feel is dropping you, or is sort of stopping you from reaching your full purpose and your full potential, you're really going to want to drop it in this eclipse portal. So you could even come to a realization that somewhere you've been investing your energy in, something you've been doing, is not really helping you reach this full potential. And this is going to cause you to want to drop this pentacle, because you're really focusing on what is the bigger picture. And one of the ways you can really tap into this energy is to appreciate yourself, to really see how far you've come, see how beautiful and how wonderful you are. You could also be seduced here by a fire sign, a fellow fire sign, so Leo, Aries, or Sag, or you could find those kinds of people, or people with a lot of fire in their chart, to be really, really appealing to you during this portal. So it's like that fire is going to be really, really prominent, I think, for you during this eclipse portal. But asking yourself, like, for what purpose am I here, is going to also be a big part of this time for you. I am really seeing that. Okay, Leo, that's what I have for you. I'll see you next video. Bye. Hi, Saggy. This is your reading for the eclipse portal that is happening now. Wow, that's all I have to say. This is going to be a really, really big time for you. We'll start off with the world. So, Sag, you have come to some sort of ending. You have reached some sort of end to a cycle, and Spirit here really wants to congratulate you on finishing the cycle. This is a sense and a call for you to really, take a step back and acknowledge your success and acknowledge the work you've put in, Sag. I feel like there is something here that you have worked really, really hard on, and it's now coming to the surface to be celebrated. You might feel here like you don't quite have all of the pieces of your life together, and this is really weighing you down. So I think in any area of your life, Saggy, where you're feeling like you are lacking independence, is really going to be highlighted in this eclipse portal. I think that there is something going on here where you feel like you should be at a different place than you are at. I just want to add here that it's really important that you are kind to yourself, that you're not being critical of yourself, that you're not being harsh to yourself or to others, because we have criticism here and judgment, Sag. So really, this eclipse portal is going to bring up a lot of self-judgment and judgment of others. So you could even have people being incredibly harsh towards you, or you could be the aggressor, Sag. So I do want you to watch out for that. If somebody is triggering these feelings in you and you're trying to think like, this person is really annoying me, but I don't really know what it is, you have to really turn that attention inwards. This eye is really drawing my attention here. So I feel like also somebody is watching you on your social media. I am really picking that up here. Somebody is really keeping an eye on you. Somebody's really interested in you, Sag. This could be somebody you're not talking to anymore because you have had this kind of critical argument or talk to them, but that is coming up here. Also with the Five of Swords, again, I'm sensing a dispute, a disagreement. So I would be really, really, really mindful, Sag, in the next month and a bit during this eclipse portal to choose my battles wisely. Like, why would you pick a fight with somebody who is like not even on your level? Or worse of all, why are you turning negative energy inwards towards yourself, Sag? I am really picking up a need here for you to be kind to yourself, be kind to your heart, be kind to your spirit. It's almost like you're not cutting yourself any slack because you're really struggling against feelings of unhappiness, Sag. It's like something in you, it's just like you want to make some sort of a quantum leap into a different place than you're at. But Spirit is really telling me here that you have everything that you need to build this. It's just you actually have to put the effort in and build it. Do you know what I mean? Like there's a sense here of wanting movement, wanting growth, wanting to be somewhere different, but not wanting to put in that effort. Like you could even almost be sitting back thinking about this thing, thinking about building something. You're sitting there, you're thinking about it, but you're not actually putting in any actual work. Like there's no pentacles here. Do you know what I mean? So I do think that this portal is really going to bring up issues of judging yourself, of judging others, even of how you're speaking to other people, Sag. So I would be really mindful of the conversations that you have, and don't get involved in some kind of a tussle, some kind of a verbal dispute with somebody just because, you know, I don't know, like don't let people pull you down to their level. I am really getting a sense here like you haven't taken the time to sit back and congratulate yourself on all of the hard work you've been doing, Sag. So you have to cut yourself some slack. You have to give yourself some credit, and you need to say to yourself like, I am proud of you, Sag. Like you have done good work. Because I almost don't think you've acknowledged what you've done. You know what I mean? Like there's a sense here of not even giving yourself any credit, Sag, but you have done something here. You've up leveled. There is a cycle that you're ending, and instead of judging yourself or others, take a step and celebrate where you've come. And again, be mindful of conversations you have with other people during this eclipse portal, Sag. I am seeing arguments and disputes here, so just be very, very careful. And I will see you next video. Bye. Hi Scorpios, how are you? Again, we're going to be taking a look at your eclipse season. I want to get right into it. Starting off here, we have the card of death, which is actually the Scorpio card in the deck. Very, very interesting. You're showing up in your own energy. Scorpios, I am really feeling like we also have birth. So I do feel like you're going to be ending a major cycle of your life with this eclipse season, which of course is what eclipses are about, death and rebirth. But oh my gosh, is there something here that's really going to shift for you with all of these eclipses happening? I am really feeling like you're going to be totally in a different state by the end of this eclipse season in the middle of July. Yeah. Like, look at that. That's so beautiful. There is a sense here, Scorpio, that you've really been taking a look at your life in a really practical, organized manner. It's like you've been taking a step back and trying to figure things out logically. And I think you've almost been strategizing with yourself on things that you want, on things that you need, on the next direction that you're heading. There is a sense here of strategy. There could even be a sense of self-deception, Scorpio. So I do want to point that out here. There is almost like, it's like you've been thinking about, you've convinced yourself logically that something is right for you without really inserting a lot of emotions here. This could have to do with a romantic partnership, or you could just genuinely be looking at the partnerships in your life and thinking like, are these people right for me? Are these people benefiting me? Are these people, you know, should these people be part of my life? I am kind of getting a sense of you taking inventory of the people around you, Scorpio, and really deciding like, hey, do I want this person in my life or not? And just coming to that realization. With the King of Pentacles in reverse here, I am seeing that there is almost something that you've been building, but you're kind of you're putting a little bit of a stop on it. Or just through this natural eclipse season, there could be a project could be placed on stop. Something is placed on stop. This could even be stopping communication with somebody. That somebody being here an earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. It's almost like, yeah, it's like this weird feeling of strategizing, Scorpio. So I don't know if you've been strategizing or somebody around you has really been strategizing, but I think that this is going to come really to a full head during this eclipse portal. Like, it really feels like you might even be trying to pull some more emotions into this state, Scorpio. Like, you might even be stopping and feeling like, okay, I have it figured out here, but do I have it figured out here? Do you know what I mean? It's like that energy of head versus heart. Because ultimately, freedom, you are really, really going to rebel against anything that keeps you feeling stuck or stagnant with this eclipse portal. So any situations where you are feeling bonded, you're really going to not like that in the next few weeks here. The next until mid-July is what I'm getting. I think that these eclipses are going to bring up issues of where you've been stuck, where you've been stagnant, and really the bonds you've placed both on yourself and maybe even on others here. So I am feeling like there might even be some lightning bolts that do come to play here. I feel like this is a really, really interesting energy. We do also have here exaltation, which is beautiful. So you could even be dealing with someone who's a moon sign Taurus, or you could have your moon sign in Taurus. But there will be a sense here of rebirth. There will be a sense of feeling like once this eclipse portal ends, you're in a much, much better state. But I do really sense that anything here that you feel is holding you back from being your full self in any way. So whatever that looks like for you, whatever you're thinking, hey, like my freedoms here are not being, allowed or expressed or explored, you're really going to rebel against that, Scorpio. I am also getting a sense here like you're really going to have to speak your truth. I think you have been skirting some kind of a conversation here, Scorpio, and I really think that that's going to come to a head. So I would watch out for approaching that in a really explosive way, or even being a little bit mean with that. But that is coming up here, Scorpio. I think you are going to have a time in the next month and a half where you really have some sort of a harsh conversation with somebody, or where you're really asked to speak your truth, and somehow it relates to freedom or how you feel like you're being stuck. Some of you could also have two romantic options to choose from in the month of, well, like in this next eclipse portal. So I do want to say that here because that is coming up. There could even be another opportunity to sort of make a choice, or like somebody from your past could be resurfacing. I am picking that up as well. And I do think that this person and you had some sort of a romantic connection, or at one point you thought this person was your true love, like you felt like they were a soulmate. So that's going to be very interesting, Scorpio. So again, speaking your truth is really going to help propel you through this month, through this eclipse portal. So I really, really think that that's going to be a big part of the lessons you're learning during this eclipse portal. See you next time, Scorpio. Bye. Hi Cancers, welcome to your reading. I have to say right off the bat, if you are a June Cancer celebrating a birthday this month, then happy birthday. I am a sun sign Cancer, so I'm looking forward to seeing what this reading is about. Right off the bat, we're going to get into it. Four of Swords. Cancers, you have been coming out of a period here of rest and relaxation. Not really, it's like more of a deep meditative state. Like, look at this. She's sleeping and all of those crows are stabbing her literally with swords. So I think that you might even be coming out of a period here where you have had really poor sleeping habits, you've had nightmares, you've had really intense dreams. There is a sense here that you have been needing to pull away, to rest, to meditate, to kind of give yourself a break and to try to figure out what your next step is. Along with this, you have been processing. You've been processing a lot of old traumas, Cancer. You've been processing a lot of really deep hurts. This could even be pertaining to a romantic relationship. There is some sort of a pain that you have been processing, and I think that this eclipse season will really help you process and push through it entirely. So I am very excited for you in that regard. There is going to be a need this eclipse season to take a lot of breaks, to take a lot of rest, and to relax, which is interesting too because we do have the Chariot. Now, this is the quintessential Cancer card, so congratulations, you're really showing up in your power. But there is also a sense here of charging ahead. There is a sense here of really taking the leaps and bounds in your life that you need to take now. And I think that you'll only be able to reach this spot if you take ample rest. So if you are feeling like your life is stuck, and if you're feeling like, I don't really know what's going on, my suggestion to you, Cancer, is to take a break. Really to take a break, and to make sure to I am feeling like sleep is a really important thing. So there is a sense here like you really need to sleep a lot. I don't know why that's coming up, but sleeping, resting, meditating, journaling, all of these things are going to be really, really important for you. I also think, now this could be you if you are a Cancer Leo cusp, or you could be dealing here with a fire sign. A fire sign woman will be really prominent in your solstice period. So we're talking about a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sag, or again, this could be indicating you if you are a cusp. We have the card here of fortune. So I do feel like there is going to be quite a sense of surprise, quite a sense of explosion of goods coming your way. If you have been waiting for something, Cancer, I do feel like the wheels are turning and this thing is going to come into your life. There is a sense here of, again, like karmic shifts for the positive. So I think that that's really exciting. We also do have devotion. Look at that, beautiful. Wow. Cancer, there is going to be a need here to really take a look at what kinds of things you're really paying attention to. What kind of false gods are you worshiping? What kind of things are you giving attention to that those things don't deserve your attention? They don't deserve your focus, because there is something here that you are really going to be devoted to. And I just want to make sure that you're aligning your energy with the things that are best serving you, Cancer. So this eclipse season could even bring up issues of that, of like, why have I been so devoted to this person? Why have I been so devoted to this principle? Does this person or thing deserve my love for it, my attention to it? There is a sense that there is something here that you will be really exploring, where you have been putting your energy, where you have been focusing your energy, and whether or not that's serving you in the right way. And I feel like this fire sign person will really help you examine that from a really broader perspective, Cancer. This does look like a really powerful month, but it almost does feel like it's a stop and go sort of month. So just make sure, again, that you're taking that time to rest and recuperate. Cancer, what will really help you get through this month is gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. Again, I'm getting the sense here with these two cards, like there will be a lot of really positive shifts for you, Cancer, that might even come out of the blue. And so I do want you to take a step back and to just be so super, super happy and grateful for these things coming your way, Cancer, because I do think that it's like you have been waiting for things to shift for a while, and I am sensing a shift here. So I do feel like at the end of this eclipse season, you feel really you feel empowered. This is an empowered energy. I want to warn you at the start of it, you might be feeling tired, you might be feeling like you need a break. So just take that time, Cancer. Rest, relax. It'll all be fine. But I think that this is going to be quite a powerful time in a good way. I would expect a lot of surprises. I would expect a lot of shifts. And I am really, really excited for you. That's what I have for you, Cancer. If this resonated, let me know, and I will see you next video. Bye. Hi, water signs. This is going to be your look at what is coming up for you this upcoming eclipse season. So again, this is for water signs, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising. And we are going to go ahead here and get started with Pisces. Pisces, what does the upcoming eclipse hold for you? Fascinating. First card we have here is the Empress. So this upcoming eclipse portal could really deal with issues here around motherhood or nurturing. What have you been nurturing in your life, Pisces? What is it that you've been focusing on? Are you focusing your attention in the right areas? As well as how have you been neglecting yourself? I think that these are going to be really, really important themes that are coming up for you. So I would pay really close attention to what it is that you're giving your energy to in the next month and a bit. This is going to bring up issues of motherhood, issues with your own mother, issues with kind of that whole feminine paradigm. So I would really, really be expecting things of that nature to come up. We do have detachment here. So I do feel like you're almost going to be creating more mental space in your mind. You're going to be sort of taking a step back and detaching from your emotions. We all know Pisces can be quite emotional. Taking a step back and really taking a look at what it is that you need to do, where it is that you need to go next. So there is a sense here of perspective, Pisces. I think in the upcoming eclipse season, you're really going to be focusing on perspective. Where can you give yourself more perspective? How can you create more perspective in your life? As well as empathy. So we do know here that Pisces are bleeding hearts a little bit. You guys do have a reputation for that. In fact, this is a moon sign in Pisces. So this could be, of course, you could be looking at this because you are a moon sign Pisces. There is a real strong need here to really look at your emotional capabilities, because I think that a lot of things are going to be coming up for you in the eclipse portal, Pisces, that really causes you to really question your own emotional capacity and container for these kinds of conversations. I almost think that the rhetoric and everything is going to feel a little bit too much for you. So there is going to be a need here to detach and to mother yourself a little bit. I know this is so cliche to always talk about self-care, 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 but this is really coming through strongly here as something that you can do to help assist you in working through this, Pisces, okay? We have the King of Cups here. Yes, so very, very emotional. You could also be dealing in the next month and a bit with all of these eclipses with a water sign male. So Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. There is an energy here of this male coming in. I think that his energy is quite complementary to yours. So I don't know if this is a romantic partner. That's just what I'm picking up. This person might really play a prominent role for you in the beginning of the summer. There's something about them that can really help anchor your emotions or even help to add that perspective. We have assertion here. This is sun sign in Aries. So we could also be dealing with an Aries or fire sign person. There is a need here to assert yourself. There will be a need here to defend yourself. Something will happen where you're really going to have to come out of this watery state and really stand up for yourself, Pisces. I do feel like you might be learning a big lesson here on standing up for yourself, on really not letting people push you around because you are a sensitive person. That's not a weakness. I feel like a lot of people around you have taken your sensitive soul for granted, and I get a sense here like you're really going to be standing up for yourself. I do want to add here for my Pisces people that this does look like it's going to be quite a fun time. I think that there will be a celebration. There will be some kind of a get-together here with friends. This is going to be a really pivotal time for you, Pisces. You might even, if you're not already involved with somebody romantically, meet a romantic connection at that event. So if you do get invited to a party, if you get invited to a wedding shower or a baby shower or something where there's a group of people, and I know we're still in coronavirus times, I would highly suggest that you go. Because I think that there could even be a romantic person there or a romantic connection for you to make, Pisces. Yeah, your month and a bit will be governed a lot by emotions. I do need to add that. And I know that's not surprising because you are a Pisces, but it is still something that you need to be aware of as you do go into this month. The last card I have for you here, Pisces, is humor in the reverse. So this card says, I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. Of course, it came up in the reverse. So I do think that what would really help you get through this really really big eclipse portal will be a chance to step back and really look at things from a different perspective. I keep getting that word perspective. I think that this eclipse portal will offer you a lot of perspective on things that you have sort of been working through here. I think you're almost at the tail end of this growth. But what will really help you is having that sense of perspective, having that sense of like lightening up a bit and giving yourself permission to play, giving yourself permission to have fun and have these really deep emotional conversations with people will be a really important part of your next little bit. I am picking that up for you, Pisces. There is a need here to connect with people in an emotional state, and I think you'll have a chance to talk to people like that. But I also think for you, having a sense of humor and detaching a little bit will be crucial to help you get through this period. So that's what I have for you, Pisces. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next video. Bye.